Welcome back to the Schlocky Horror Picture Show. Tonight's movie, Terror Creatures from the Grave, is a murder mystery and a zombie flick thrown together, and the plot twists and turns to keep both lines going. But it was considered quite gory for its time, and was originally meant for mature audiences. Do you fall under that category? If not, it's way past your bedtime. Director Massimo Puopio, who also made Bloody Pit of Horror, was so dissatisfied with the final cut of Terror Creatures from the Grave, he graciously insisted the film's producer, Ralph Zucker, take the director's credit instead, proving there's a Zucker born every minute. This led people to confuse Massimo and Ralph for one another, and so when Ralph passed away in 1982, some thought that Massimo had died. Wishful thinking, I'm afraid. Ralph Zucker's only other major contribution to the genre was King of Kong Island in 1968, a misleadingly titled movie that neither has a king nor a Kong. I'm not even sure if it has an island. Attorney Albert Kovac is played by Walter Brandy, another escapee from Bloody Pit of Horror. He can also be found in The Slaughter of the Vampires, Zorican the Barbarian, and about 20 other Italian indigestion inducers, and he accepted responsibility as producer on many of them. But the real guest of honour tonight is the gorgeously gothic Barbara Steele, 35, 22, 34. I guess it's all that long black hair and impossibly big eyes that gets her cast in these kinds of roles. I think it was actually illegal to make a spaghetti horror film in the 1960s without Barbara Steele. During that period, she appeared in an amazing 32 unforgettable films and one stinker. I'll let you work out which one that is. From the seminal Black Sunday to Revenge of the Blood Beast, and she worked with master directors as diverse as Mario Bava, Lucio Fulci, Federico Fellini, David Cronenberg, Jonathan Demme, and the one thing that rules them all and in the darkness binds them, Roger Corman. The 1970s saw a lot of American television work for Barbara, usually playing up her distinctive European looks or her career as the previous decade's leading scream queen. Personally, I think her most horrific work will always be as associate producer on Queer Eye for the Straight Guy in 2002. Playing the paraplegic gentleman in Terror Creatures from the Grave is Ennio Balbo, who worked the entire time sitting down. Lazy bugger. Probably better known by his American pseudonym Edward Bell, he played a great many bit parts and character roles in spaghetti cinema, the most pivotal, if not the biggest, being that of Richard Gatling, the inventor of the Gatling gun, in the secret agent Western hybrid Damned Hot Day of Fire in 1968. Corinne is played by Morella Maravidi, who also had an American pseudonym, Marilyn Mitchell, but her movie-making career was so terribly short it was hardly worth changing her name. In a scant 2 years, she racked up 10 movie appearances, and this her only contribution to the horror genre. See if you can guess why as I subtly link back to Terror Creatures from the Grave.